Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 70 Lions. 19 Lions.
On play action, here's Shador. He's got Perriman. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
What a start here to the ball game. You get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
Here we go, set. 19 Charger, 19 Charger.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. On first 6-yard line, stop there. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here, going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Come on, set. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 19 tight, 19.
Play action, it's Sanders. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Ready?
They'll run here with Pacheco. Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drive stoppers, guys who can make big plays, interceptions, knock it free. In this case, they didn't need one. The offense supplied it for them, just dropping the ball.
Yeah, and that was after they were doing so well on this drive through the air. They go to the ground, doesn't work.
60 by 6, ready?
Quickly to Addison here. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. On play action, McCarthy. That is into the hands of Hawkinson downfield. A good pickup there at 22. That right there, career catch number 541, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, who also obviously played the tight end position.
Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches at the tight end position. You talk about lofty territory, rare air. He has a lot to be proud of in his career.
At the 41-yard line.
Here's McCarthy. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
17 yards. First down, Cleveland.
Let's go. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
Now Sanders. That's going to be caught by Judy. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Vikings 45-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Throwing, Sanders. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36.
And the Browns
Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs.
First down, Browns.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They go play action now. Sanders. He's got it complete to Thompson. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
Pacheco. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
As Sanders has it poked free. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one, so you look over at the sideline, there's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it, field goal time.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
A gain of 24 yards. And the Vikings first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
McCarthy operating from the gun. And it'll be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. Zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a good
blitz coming, and down he goes. Jonathan Bernard. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Sanders. And that is incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And Bigsby once more. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back.
Here's a diving catch right side. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ty Felton with an amazing diving catch. And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Here we go, here we go. 68.
Sanders to throw. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Browns.
Deputy. Viking 18.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerry Judy, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are once again back in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Second and 10.
35-yard
line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 18 Pioneer.
Throwing is McCarthy. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 33 yards that time.
And the Vikings first down. First and 10.
Throwing again, McCarthy. And he's got this to Jefferson. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Looking to throw McCarthy. And he'll be as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
And his kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Let's go.
Another run by Bigsby. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
That is caught. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Give to Bigsby on the option. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
From the gun, Bigsby. Touchdown, Vikings! Take Bigsby. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a second down and 9.
Fish the eagle! Fish the eagle! Nothing, go!
To throw is Sanders. Pass complete to Judy on the out route. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line.
That's good for a Browns first
Here we
down.
go, here we go!
First and
Viking
10 at the
18.
34-yard line.
Let go!
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. He'll check this one down at Pacheco. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be second down.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Hey! Bronco 80! Hey!
On play action, here's Shadur. He's got Thompson here, complete. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Play action. It's Sanders. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Jonathan Grenard getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. Sanders' kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated grooves. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, look and repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Let's go! Viking 18!
Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And the Vikings first down.
Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 137 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 30-yard line. He'll keep it himself. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go.
Running right, here's Brown. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. We'll call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Chase Brown, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point attempt here still to come.
Extra point.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Vikings 24, Browns 13. Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Here's Sanders. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing now. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they were ultra confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now. Down the left sideline. And down to the 19-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
A gain of 52 yards. First down, Cleveland.
Now Sanders. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Wide open receiver complete. And the Browns are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
First down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Pacheco, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare him
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Now a run here off the RPO, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. This offense so far on third down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He'll try and do this himself. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
To throw now, here's Sanders. Touchdown, Browns! Puka Nacua, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Set, go.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
Come on, set. Cowboy 80. Go.
On the carry, Bigsby. And he gets it down to the 32. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
A gain of 11 brings up 2nd and 4.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Here we go.
A run here with Bigsby. And he will have a Viking first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
14 yards.
It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Take it up.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.